Today we are talking about people who want to build their own businesses, who want to go into new ventures. And whenever we are talking about ventures, most importantly, we talk about ventures that have never been done before, ideas never been worked on, problems never been solved. Because entrepreneurship is a lot about problem solving, if not all of it. And I mention it many times. But building a business, going for a venture, it gives you an opportunity to solve a problem, needs, wants, and demands, filling the gap, provide an offering for the customers, and going beyond it. And in the meantime, what you do is you understand the economic forces, you scale your business, you expand it, you have new departments, you can go for product expansion, you can go for market expansion, you can come up with new products. But many times people learn about the theories of business. And again, people will talk about collaboration, competition, because a lot about competition people talk about, and business is a lot about competition. The competitive dynamics you have to understand, the competitive landscape you have to understand, how your business fits into a particular ecosystem, how your business fits into a particular, industry, how the economic forces are at play. So what we talk about is, when we talk about venture or you decide to go for a venture, people learn the topics in business schools, people learn the topics in books, or whatever way they prefer, they go for these topics. But ultimately, how these things are coming into place, people do a lot of mistakes, they learn from their mistakes, they go for prototypes, they test those prototypes, they go for audience surveys, customer surveys, they take their feedback, iteration, and a lot of things that goes on, and people learn from those trials or mistakes, and they keep improving, they keep you know improving their offering, they keep improving their business processes, their business models. So all these things we do. But let me give you a brief. If you are going for a business after you graduate, or after you know have a great idea, what are the things you can work on? Economy, macroeconomy, microeconomy, the macroeconomic forces, how they are at play. Producers and households, microeconomics. Utility, supply and demand. These things you can learn. Then marketing, because branding is a part of marketing. I have mentioned this before. Branding is a part of marketing. It is not the entire thing, but a big part, definitely a big part, because the perception people are having about your brand, that matters. And people invest a lot in brands, and we talk about brand equity, we talk about brand characteristics, we talk about brand personality, we talk about all these things. But when somebody takes that name, the brand image you form, the associations you form, what makes you think about the brand, people work on these things a lot. So one thing is, you are doing it financially only, you are going for money, you are earning money, revenue, cash flow, income. You are focusing on the three statements, income statement, balance sheet, your cash flow statement, then profit and loss if you want to. You're focusing on all these things, That is okay. You're running your business, you have your operating model sorted, you are getting things going. Then you're starting with a vision and mission, you are figuring out your business strategy, then you're figuring out your business plan, then you're figuring out your business models, how you're going to make it run, earn, making some profit, economic value. You are adding economic value. to the company, and you are providing a lot of value to the customers, capturing value, delivering value, providing value, you know creating value, and you are taking care of your stakeholders. It can be your employees, people who are working for you, your company, your venture. It can be for the customers, your consumers, customers, people who want to have your product. Some people are new to your product or your brand. Some people are using it for a long time. Some people came across your brand because of some situation, maybe an event happened, and they came across the name. Sometimes your brand is a big brand already established, but we are talking about people who are starting out a venture. So you need to go there, you need to make a name for yourself, you need to build that brand, and you need to understand what it means, the significance of it. And so finance, you're talking about finance and accounting, managerial accounting, financial accounting, you're thinking about all these things. Marketing, not just branding, but bigger aspects of marketing, 4Ps, 7Ps, and then, segmentation, targeting, positioning, how you are giving your value proposition, then which strategy you are going for as a market entry strategy, or you are going for product innovation, product management. You can learn product innovation, then you can start with the business model. Gradually you see the economic forces at play, you see the market dynamics, you see the competitive dynamics, you see several factors, you do SWOT, Pestle, and you do several factors. You look at them and you see the dynamics of the thing, the business dynamics, the competitive dynamics, and you do strategic planning for that, and you take it to the operational level so that you can actually implement those things, and then you are generating economic value, profits, and you are serving the customers. So for some people it is just earning money. As long as you are having the cash, as long as you are having the money, you don't think about anything else. But if you have something great for your brand, you hold your brand in high regards, then what you do is you are earning money as well as you are scaling it up, you are building your business, and you are enhancing your offering. Gradually you are a big business, So I hope that whatever venture you are working on, many people sell it after a while. Many people want it to make a big name, a big brand. Sometimes, serial entrepreneurs are there. Sometimes people will work on 5 or 10 ventures and they might fail in each one of them or some of them. But, eventually something will click. But they are still working on it and they are not giving up, because it's a lot about not giving up, testing your mettle, not giving up, going across the hurdles, going past your struggles, and believing in what you want to offer, believing in the service you are offering, the product you are creating, the business environment you are creating, and the impact it is having in the society. So a lot of ways you can have by which you can contribute, but here mostly we are focusing on the economic value, profits, stakeholder communication. So all these things you are doing, and eventually you are building a brand. Sometimes when you do the work really great, the brand is getting built automatically. But what happens is sometimes word of mouth is not the only option. Many people only trust word of mouth, as the only option. But sometimes people, and a lot of times in fact, people invest a lot in the brand building. IMC, integrated marketing communication, how people are coming across your brand, how they are coming across, which message they are getting, customer touch points, and the communication you are doing through those messages, and that experience you are creating for your brand, for your customers about your brand, So those things are there, and in different ways you can build your venture and make a name for yourself. Sometimes it is like people think we are happy with word of mouth, we are happy with goodwill, so why should we invest more? But a good way to think about this is, if we are really offering something good, then why should not we take it to more people? Why we should not enter a different market? Why we should not enter a different customer segment? Why we should not enter a different marketplace, and we enhance our market share, we have a lot of profit, and we add a lot of value to our customers. So obviously you do your market research, obviously you do your environmental research, so that you know that how the forces are at play, economic forces and other forces, political, social, environmental, legal, technical, all these things are there, and accordingly you make your plans, accordingly you build your models, how you are going to make a lot of profit, how you are going to offer your offering, how you are going to build a brand. But finance, marketing, operations, supply chain management, then your business analytics, and all these things people talk about, sometimes people don't understand. So what we are doing is, maybe after a few days, and we will talk about it, we will talk about macroeconomics, maybe few more topics about macroeconomics, inflation, then your unemployment, then the policies, we will talk about those things. Microeconomics a bit we have touched upon, and we can still talk about utility, marginal utility maximization, and all these things, and so many other things, supply, demand, aggregate supply and demand, we can talk about all these things. But to get it started, you have some idea about international trade or trade in general. You can have some idea about macroeconomics and microeconomics and how these things are at play, because it is when you are in business, and when, even if you want to do thorough research regarding business topics, I want to talk about the academic discussions regarding business. If you want to do that, suppose you are creating a venture which is based on market research, which is a venture which is based on research, marketplace research, market research, or other things regarding that, you can do that too. So whenever you are doing that, I think you are going for thorough research, and you are looking at the demographics, geography, psychographics, all these things, and a lot of things. You are talking to the customers, you are choosing the right samples, and you are going for focus group interviews, group discussions, surveys, personal interviews, expert opinion, so many things you can do, and you are understanding your marketplace and where you can fit, and your product market fit, how you can serve the market with your offering. So you learn all these things. Sometimes you can go for something regarding manufacturing, and you can build a product people will love to buy, and eventually you will build a brand, and simultaneously you can build your brand too, brand building, manufacturing, product building, product innovation. Then maybe one product really worked in the marketplace, then you figured out how you can improve that product, and you can improve your offering, by doing this. So you're always learning, from the customer feedback, scopes for improvement, how you can offer in a better way. So the communication you are giving, post-purchase behavior, or you are helping the customer to buy the product, the journey of the customer, you are helping them in different ways, and if you are in the service industry, then you are still looking at these things, but few things are different because of the service industry. So whatever venture you want to work on, and then there is funding. I'm not talking about funding, because obviously you have to work on the funding, and you need to convince the people who are going to pitch, who are going to fund you, angel investors, venture capitalists, whoever you are going for, and you can convince them how your business is going to make money, what product or service you are offering, the goods and services you are offering to the marketplace. And you will show them when you are genuine about it, when you are authentic about it. You will show people how you have done your market research, how you know about your market offering, how you know that this is the way you are running your business, and maybe you have some ideas for scaling it up, some ideas for scaling it up. You can do that. And maybe you have few ideas about building other business from the experience you are getting running this business. So these things happen, and when you have the zeal to become an entrepreneur, when you have the zeal to solve a lot of problems, then I will find I will build 10 more companies, 20 more companies. That is not important. You have a problem, you are going for it. This is something I have not solved before. Okay, I know how to build a business. I know how to go for a venture. This is the problem. I know the business topics. I know how everything works. I will face a lot of problems, I know, but I will make use of these topics or this knowledge or wisdom or skills, or expertise, whatever I have gathered over the years, or the zeal I have to learn more, to be curious about problem solving, And there is a lot of decision making involved in the process. People will criticize you. People will give you a lot of critical feedback. People will give you a lot of things people will not love to hear. People will give a lot of constructive feedback too. They will give a lot of great feedback because they loved your services. That will work as a motivation for you to go for a different venture, to improve your product, to improve your business. But what we talk about in You Can Achieve is you are internally motivated. There are external motivations. Sometimes you do need that. Sometimes we go for consultants, we go for coaches, motivational coaches, leadership coaches, because we need them. Obviously, we need them sometimes. We are human beings after all, But what we are talking about is the zeal to solve problems, to zeal to build a business, to zeal to go for a venture, the zeal to go for a venture, the enthusiasm to build a business, the enthusiasm to build a venture. When you have that, maybe you are dropping out, but you are finding what skill set do you need to make a great business. What do you need to learn? What kind of people do you need to have, you need to associate yourself with. You need to have in your group so that you can build the business, you can have your offering in a way. And it's always a learning process. Sometimes this person will work, sometimes that person will not work. If you know it before, then it's really good. You are saving your time, It is always a great learning experience. And when you are solving problems, you are learning on the way. Sometimes you are just taking the creative risks and you are jumping, and then you are figuring out how to improve, how to offer in a much better way. So you are learning always from the problems, from the products, from the good things, and from the criticisms, everything. But sometimes the ecosystem is not there, and you become a part of the ecosystem, and people aspire to become that. But some people will go for policies. So if you learn about administration, you will understand that how we can improve the policy making so that we can help the new businesses in a better way. Not everybody can do that, but people who can do that, we can build a better environment, so that we can have businesses about new things, So it's a great thing to learn. It's a great thing to solve problems. And when you apply all these things to build a venture, and it's a great thing, so people who are dropping out, people who are trying to build a business, sometimes people get complacent. This is what I have done, this is what I could do, now what next? What should I do next? When you have that zeal, when you have that enthusiasm, you will figure out a way to go for business model innovation, product innovation, going for a new venture. Sometimes you will become an investor yourself after a while. So you will help the new entrepreneurs, you will help the new business people, and they will come up with a lot of ideas, and they will build the business. Maybe you can be a part of the board, advisory of the board. You can consult them in different way, mentoring, giving advices. Sometimes you take credit for it, sometimes you don't do that, but you are doing something good. So I will encourage people to go for business ventures. I will encourage people to go for build businesses based on things never been done before, problems never been solved. Now you can go for profits, economic value profits. You can go for social entrepreneurship, and you can go for anything you choose to do, but you will see that whatever we are talking about, all these things are working. Then you have to understand the market dynamics, business dynamics, and how each and every day you are being thrown a lot of problems, and how you can solve those problems, and how you can build a great venture out of it. So I wish you good luck.